Hello, my name is Brennan White, and this is my context analysis project. The topic that I decided to do my project on is substance use among college students during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so I want to take you through my rationale of why I'm doing this. So everyone's been affected differently by COVID-19 and the pandemic and the global shutdown, and we all have like a custom new way of life. And particularly for college students, it's different. We have no sports, no clubs, the resources. We don't have the usual face to face resources, studying places like coffee shops and libraries. Tutoring one on one, tutoring as a group doesn't happen. In class lectures, of course. So therefore, it's making learning harder. It's more challenging. I wouldn't say harder, but it's making it different. And change can be stressful and difficult at first. And I want to relate that to substance because there's actually a study done at Canadian College, and they found that medical students turn to substance when they're stressed with their schoolwork. So I think you can take that same kind of concept into what's going on right now as people get more stressed out with this new way of learning. They turn to, particularly college students, they turn to substances to get an escape from that. And as we all know, substances are bad for you. Background. I want to give a little background on, substance and in particular the party life scene, alcohol, drugs, that kind of thing, and why it's pretty much the big thing people do at college when they're not studying and going to class. It's been it's been so naturalized, even though it's a bad thing, by our culture. I have a picture of our buddy John Belushi here, who has an infamous line that says, "My advice to you is to start drinking heavily." And this is from Animal House, a college-based movie, and how it just normalizes, substance is a way to escape. And I just am really interested to see how COVID-19 has affected that. And I also have a quote from Yoon Jun Lee from an article "Social Norms Towards Binge Drinking." And it says, people, college students, are likely to have a goal to impress others to show how they meet others' expectations. And this just goes to show how you mix, being new to college and then also this COVID-19 thing going on. It really is pushing students to turn to substance as an escape. So what are we going to find out? The research question is, has the amount of substance use and abuse increased or decreased among college students since the start of COVID-19 pandemic 8 months ago? And my hypothesis is the amount of substance abuse among college students has increased significantly during the COVID-19 pandemic. And how are we going to find this out? So my universe is Snapchat stories, Instagram stories, and Instagram posts for selected social media users that I follow. And I know these people on a first name basis. They were kind of random, but I wanted a wide variety of people. The sample, they're 4 people, and I'm going to monitor them over a 20-day period. And in that 20-day period, I'm going to look at the first 10 days and the second 10 days and how they changed over time. And how I'm going to analyze these 20 days is through using 6 different categories that I created that I'm going to use to go through on each of my 4 users' Snapchat stories and Instagram posts and see if substance use is being used through these categories. And using these categories, I'm going to be able to know if these people are using substances or not. So my first category is visual. Can I see any alcohol or drugs, any substance? Second, language. Do they talk about it? Are they talking about someone being drunk, using, about to go out? Third, location. Are they at a bar? I know it's not like it used to be, where they can still be sitting down at a booth. Are they at a bar? Are they at a restaurant that serves alcoholic beverages? Guilty by association. Is there someone on camera that is drinking or doing drugs? Gameplay. Are they playing die? Are they playing beer pong? Are they playing rage cage? Any kind of drinking game, roto, whatever it is. 6, substance use reflective behavior. Are they talking on Sunday morning about a hangover they had the night before? Do their eyes look red? Are they slurring their words? So all these things are giving me an inference to think they are using substances. a look into our research. So this is kind of the setup that I wanted to go through, and I just want to. It's a little complicated, so I just want to let you know what's going on. So any given day, I'm gonna look at their social media, and if they do reflect any of those 6 things that I just talked about, if any of those, if there's a post with that, then I'm gonna check off one of the boxes that has it. And if I check off any box on any given day, I'm counting that day as a day that they use substances. So you can go back through and look through at all these graphs. So here are the 4. There's 8 graphs of all my users, and I had the first 10 days and the second 10 days for each, and then I have the total. So now we're going to break down into analyze the data here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So you can see media user number 2 scored the highest, media number 3 lowest, second highest, third highest, and we're going to kind of go into a little deeper part of that. So social media user number 1 declined. So it went against my hypothesis. They used 5 times in the first 10 days and only once the second. Went down. Social media number 2 scored the highest with 13 days. Social media number 3 used the least but doubled. So it went from 0 the first 10 days to using twice. So that's double. That isn't double. That's actually just 2. Social media user number 4 saw an increase of 4 to 5. Another increase. So 3 out of the 4 increase. So the interpretation of my findings, overall substance use increased. My hypothesis as a whole was correct. When involved in substance more than one day, So I noticed that when I was recording all my data, when I checked off on a day that they were using, more often than not, almost every time, I checked off more than one box for my categories. And students' background influenced how much they partook. For example, user 2 was in Greek life, they scored the highest. User 3 was a medical student, they scored the least, which was kind of funny because I told you earlier how medical school students really turn to substance to help them out with stress. So, interesting. Errors in my findings, I need a bigger sample group. 4 people is not enough. Maybe like 25 to 50 next time. And some competitors might say that 20 days in 8 months into the pandemic is not accurate to figure out if usage has increased. Well, I say I was looking more at the day of the week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday are usual days that college kids are drinking. And I want to see, are they doing that more? And are they checking off more categories? And is it consistent? It's getting bigger. I just want to see what's going on. And I want to extend on this research linking substance use to alcohol and depression in college students, because I think there's a big correlation there, and I found a lot of that in my research of finding correlations to the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great year and a great Christmas and a great holiday.